I wonder what you guys are wondering. Oh, Chris, where's episode 3 of the podcast, man? You guys are gonna get that next week. You guys are gonna get episode 3 of the podcast next week because there's a lot of content. There's a lot of shit that's gonna go on this whole week. Raw review, SmackDown review, NXT review, Throwback Thursday. Friday, you guys are gonna get a Takeover Phoenix Rumble review. No, preview. Sorry about that. Preview and predictions video Friday. Saturday, you guys are going to get an NXT TakeOver Phoenix review. That's for Saturday. Sunday, you guys are going to get a Royal Rumble review on Sunday. Then next Monday, you guys are going to go back to regular scheduled programming with Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Throwback Thursday, Flashback Fridays, and then the podcast either Saturday or Sunday. So that's what's going to happen here on the channel. This video, I want to talk about my feelings towards the main roster. How I hate the main roster. We're going to also talk about the tag team division and how I would book the tag team division for both Raw and SmackDown. I'm also going to talk about the women's division on both brands, how I would fantasy book the potential WrestleMania match between Ronda and Becky, and how I'm going to also fantasy book the women's tag team titles for WrestleMania. Also, I'm going to fantasy book the winners of the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches, how I would book them for WrestleMania. I'm also going to fantasy book not only Finn Balor's road to WrestleMania, I'm also going to book the Universal and WWE Championship matches at WrestleMania themselves. If you guys would like to see these type of videos on a Sunday, smash that like button as hard as you possibly can. If this video gets to 5 likes on this video, 5 to 10 likes on this video, I will post another one next week. Be also guys a comment down below. How would you fantasy book? How would you book the main roster? How would you book WrestleMania's main event? How would you book the women's tag team titles for WrestleMania? Be also guys hit that subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications, and let's begin this fantasy booking video. I want to talk about the main roster. That's the first thing on my list here, on my notes here. The main roster. I hate the main roster. Hate it. Especially how Vince has been booking it on the last minute this past year. Especially on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw's main roster, I just hate it. The Raw roster, I hate it. Hate it. How you fuck up Dean Ambrose's heel turn. How you fuck up a whole bunch of tag teams on the main roster. On the Raw roster, actually. And how do you really fuck up the likes of Bobby Roode? I just want to know how. Bobby Roode's NXT run was so fucking legendary. Now look at him now. Soft. Babyface. Ugh. Turn Bobby Roode heel, please. For the love of Christ. Turn Bobby fucking Roode heel. It is so bad right now. I would go watch NXT back on the network. Back in 2016, I would watch NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, San Antonio, NXT TakeOver Orlando, TakeOver Chicago, Brooklyn. Come on, dude. I have to go on the network and watch Bobby Roode's NXT Championship run rather than watch Bobby Roode on the main roster on Monday Night Raw every single week. That's a bad thing to do, bro. How you fuck up Bobby Roode, I don't know, bro. I really don't know. The tag team division, my God. Don't get me started with fucking AOPP. Don't get me started with that. Don't get me started. What is Bray Wyatt doing? What is Bo Dallas doing? Bring back the Wyatt family. What is Harper and Rowan doing, even though they're on SmackDown? What are they doing? Put them on back to Monday Night Raw. Reform the Wyatt family. Put Bo Dallas in it. Even though Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas are real life brothers, they're related and their father is fucking IRS. Bring back the Wyatt family. I would love to see Bo Dallas and a Wyatt family dress up. I would love that. I love shit like that. The tag team division, and let's talk about the tag team division, by the way. I would form the tag team division for Raw and SmackDown. I would have the Revival win the Raw tag team titles, have the Usos win the SmackDown tag team titles, have a unification match at WrestleMania form the tag team division together. Have one big tag team division. And then I would have either the Revival or the Usos win the Unified Championships. I would have them go either Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. If you're the best tag team in your roster, you should be the tag team champions. How are the Usos not SmackDown tag team champions? How are the Revival not Raw tag team champions? I would have that happen. Have a unification match at WrestleMania. Either then you could 50-50 book. Either have the Revival win or the Usos win. And then if you are the Unified Tag Team Champions, you should go to Raw, SmackDown, and if you want to spice things up a bit, go to NXT. Go to NXT. That's my honest opinion. That's how I would book the tag team division. Let's talk about the women's division. Now, the women's division is just horrible. Horrible. Like I said, the same thing for the tag team division. I would form the women's division together. Have them show up on Raw. Have some of them show on SmackDown. That's how I would do the women's division. Fantasy book the potential WrestleMania main event with Ronda and Becky. Easy. Simple. I would have Becky lose the women's championship match against Asuka at the Rumble. Obviously not pinned. I would have her either be disqualified or counted out, honestly, to keep Becky strong. Carmella's number 30. I would have Becky fuck up Carmella. Have Becky take Carmella's number 30 spot. Have her win the Rumble. Have her face Ronda at WrestleMania. Have her face Ronda at WrestleMania. Or, yeah, that's how I would do it. I would form the women's division together. Then later down the road, you can have a unification match between either Becky as the Raw Women's Champion and whoever the SmackDown Women's Champion is. I'll probably do that at either Money in the Bank or SummerSlam, low-key. Low-key, I'll do that SummerSlam in Toronto. I would have the Unification Women's Championship match. There'll be one Women's Champion, and then you have a Women's Tag Team Champions. Now, how I would book the Women's Tag Team Champions, I would have Bayley and Sasha win it. Have those two face Trish and Lita at WrestleMania for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Should be really good. I would honestly book that Women's Tag Team titles at WrestleMania. How I would book the men's and women's Royal Rumble match is simple. I'll have Becky win. I would have Becky mess up, fuck up Carmella. Have her take Carmella's number 30 spot. Have Becky win. Simple. The men's Royal Rumble. Now, the men's Rumble match, you have many options. You have many options. You can book Andrade Cien Almas to win. You can book Seth Rollins to win. You can book Drew McIntyre to win. If I was to pick one winner for the men's, if it's going to be a SmackDown guy, I would put Andrade Cien Almas. Yeah. Yup. You heard me right. I would book Andrade Cien Almas to win the men's Royal Rumble match. Build him up more. If it's a Raw guy, I'm probably going to pick Drew McIntyre. Have him beat Lesnar at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship. That's how I do it. Low key, that's how I do it. Oh, and I just thought about this for the women. Let's say if Becky loses. Let's say Becky loses by count out or DQ. I wouldn't have her tap out. I wouldn't have her get pinned at the Rumble against Asuka. Becky can still take Carmella's number 30 spot. Have her eliminate Nia Jax. If Charlotte and Becky are the last two women, I would revisit the 1994 ending between Bret Hart and Lex Luger. Have both of them face Ronda at WrestleMania. And then down the road, you can have either Becky or Charlotte win the SmackDown Women's Championship from Asuka. And then you have a triple threat unification match between Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte. That's how I'm booking the women's ending for the Royal Rumble. Finn Balor. Now we're going to talk about Finn Balor here. Do I love Finn Balor? Yes, I do. I love me some Finn Balor. Has he been poorly booked on the main roster this year? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. He's been poorly booked on the main roster in 2018. I think 2019 could be his year. Now, I'm going to say this now, and I said this on the Raw Review Monday night, this past Monday. If the Demon King, do I think the Demon King will show up at the Rumble? No. No. You're not going to book the Demon King to come back to the Rumble only for him to lose to Brock Lesnar. No. That'll be a complete waste of an appearance for the Demon King. Now, Finn Balor did say on an interview, I believe a couple weeks ago, he did say that he wanted a WrestleMania match against The Undertaker. If Finn Balor is willing to work against a Undertaker that's going towards the end of his career, you do that. Because hell, nobody knows when Taker's going to have his title match. It could be this year. I'm hearing rumblings it could be this year. It could be next year. Rumor has it WrestleMania next year could be in Tampa Bay next year for 2020. I would book Finn Balor to lose against Brock at the Rumble. Have him face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Now, how you gonna... Now, I know you're gonna ask me, oh, Chris, how you gonna book Finn Balor against The Undertaker? You can have Taker cost Finn Balor the Universal Championship at the Rumble. It's simple. Have Taker... This is how I'm booking this. Taker will cost Finn the Universal Championship. Wait a couple of weeks. Finn Balor's going to keep asking for Taker to show up to Monday Night Raw and explain himself why. Taker will come at a random edition of Raw. He'll tell Finn Balor, simple. I've been watching you, Finn, since you've been called up to the main roster. How many times has the Demon King showed up? Ever since Finn got called up to the main roster? 3, 4 times? How come, and this is me speaking for Undertaker, how come every single time you're in a big match, the Demon King never shows up? Finn, you've gone soft since you got called up to the main roster. I've been watching you not only since you got called up to the main roster, when you was down in NXT. Whenever the Demon King would show up, it was a special occasion. Now, this main roster, Finn Balor, soft. Soft. If you want to bring up the Demon King, I want to see it personally. Have the Demon King come out at WrestleMania against me. I want to see the true power of the Demon King himself. That's how you book it. Simple. Simple booking. Simple booking. You see, this is the thing, and I want to talk about NXT for a second before I want to book the Universal and WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. How come NXT can do the simplest things right that the main roster can't do? It's like NXT never insults our intelligence. Meanwhile, the main roster does. The main roster and how they booking shit wants to think that we're stupid when we're clearly not. Like, for example, you expect us to believe that Braun Strowman is a babyface after the fact that when he was feuding with freaking Roman Reigns, he was a fucking heel? Now all of a sudden, now that Roman's out with leukemia, you want to turn him back to a babyface? Come on, dude. Seriously? Come on. That's how I would book Finn Balor's road to WrestleMania against The Undertaker. Now I'm going to book the Universal Championship and WWE Championship matches at WrestleMania. Now, for the men's Rumble, if it's a SmackDown guy, I'm saying Andrade Cien Almas. Now, do you want to see Daniel Bryan back as a babyface? Now, what if Daniel Bryan's coming into WrestleMania as WWE Champion? Who would he defend the title against? It's crazy how I'm looking through the news and everything. I haven't heard no news or rumors or anything regarding the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. It's crazy. And now we're going towards WrestleMania season. We're going towards WrestleMania season, and you have no concrete plans for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. But you can have quick plans for the Universal title. I'm hearing rumors that it could be Lesnar versus McIntyre, Rollins versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who the hell knows? Now, honestly, if I'm booking the Universal Championship, I'm booking McIntyre versus Lesnar. Now, this supposed push for McIntyre, I think is going to start at the Rumble. If McIntyre wins the Rumble, he's no doubt in my mind he's winning the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. No doubt in my mind. And you can have McIntyre hold the Universal Championship as long as you want him to hold it. Now, this may sound stupid or anything, but I would book McIntyre versus Reigns. Whenever Reigns comes back, we don't know if Reigns will ever come back. But let's say, for example, he comes back in 2019. I wouldn't mind McIntyre versus Reigns. It would be a feel-good story. But then again, you're going to shove Roman Reigns back down our throats again? And you're going to kill Drew McIntyre? I mean, it's something I would love to see. But if you're really going to put Drew McIntyre over and have him be the top dog on Raw, I would book McIntyre against Reigns with McIntyre beating Roman clean. With one Claymore kick to the skull. That's how I'm booking it. For the coveted WWE Championship, I would book Almas versus Bryan. Either Almas versus Bryan, or unless if you want to build up another SmackDown superstar like, I don't know, Samoa Joe again. I heard rumblings that it could be Styles versus Orton at WrestleMania. Which that match I wouldn't mind. That match I wouldn't really mind. Styles versus Orton at WrestleMania, I wouldn't mind that at all. Take my fucking money. Take my money. I would love to see AJ Styles versus Randy Orton for the coveted WWE Championship at WrestleMania. That is it, guys, for this quick little video. I know you guys are not getting episode 3 of the podcast. You guys are going to get that next week. If you guys enjoyed this fantasy booking scenario video, hit that thumbs up. Be also to comment down below, what would you guys fantasy book? How would you fantasy book the Women's Rumble, the Men's Rumble, the Universal Championship for WrestleMania, the WWE Championship match at WrestleMania, the Tag Team Division, the Women's Division? How would you book Ronda versus Becky at WrestleMania? I want to know down below in the comment section, what would you guys book? Also, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Turn that bell for all notifications. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a new week of content this week. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Raw review. The go-home shows for Raw and SmackDown this week before the Royal Rumble. And also, guys, for NXT TakeOver Saturday. You guys are going to get NXT review on Wednesday. Their go-home show before TakeOver Phoenix. Without any further, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Monday Night Raw. Talk to you guys later.